Hello and welcome. I'm Elizabeth Leventis, President and Wealth Advisor at Arrow & Wealth Advisors. At Arrow & we help trailblazers find their way to wealth and wellness, and today I'm excited for you to join us for our very first virtual learning workshop, Understanding Roth IRA Conversions, Bits of Advice for Hyperfocused IRA Planning. Today, we will explore an overview of U.S. income taxes, how Roth IRA distributions work, who's actually eligible for a Roth IRA conversion, how we can hedge against rising tax rates, a few questions you must ask yourself before converting, the popular filling up the bucket strategy, and the potential limits and risks associated with conversions. We will begin with a primer on income tax. To start, we must note that the current income tax rate sunset December 31st, 2025. One of the troubling aspects of IRA planning is that the tax rate on your future distributions is completely unknown. Even if you can project your income with relative confidence, there's no guarantee that tax rates will remain the same. And while it's hard to find someone who doesn't think they currently pay too much in taxes, the reality is the top tax rates today are pretty low in a historical context. Take a look at this chart to see what I mean. When the income tax was first introduced in 1913, the top tax rate was only 7%. But within just a few short years, it had already skyrocketed to over 70%. After dropping back down to as low as 25% after World War I, the top rate jumped to 63% in 1932. From there, it wasn't until more than 50 years had passed when in 1987, the top tax rate finally dropped back below 50%. Letting those in the top bracket keep more of their income than they were forced to pay out to the IRS. Now, of course, not everyone pays that top rate. In fact, it's only a very small percentage of taxpayers that do. That being said, with our national debt at all-time highs, a budget that hasn't been balanced in years, and fiscal troubles for many of our entitlement programs like Social Security and Medicare, it's possible that rates could come up across the board. That makes coming up with the right plan even more important. A Roth IRA conversion is the name given to a special type of transaction where you move money from your pre-tax retirement account like an IRA, 401k, or 403b to a Roth IRA. When you make a Roth conversion, the amount of money you convert is added to your tax return for the current tax year and is taxable at whatever income tax bracket you happen to be in. For example, let's say Jill has $100,000 in a traditional IRA and would like to convert it to a Roth IRA. If Jill moves forward with her $100,000 Roth IRA conversion, she'll have to add that $100,000 of income to her tax return for this year, which will be taxable at whatever rate Jill happens to be at. Because this is a big decision and can have a significant impact on your financial plan and taxes, it's always best to discuss this option with your tax advisor and financial advisor beforehand. So why would you voluntarily choose to make one of these Roth IRA conversions and pay taxes before you have to? Well, there are a lot of reasons, but perhaps the most common reason is one we've already discussed: to pay off Uncle Sam now so that you own your retirement account free and clear for life. Remember, with a Roth IRA, you have the potential for future tax-free withdrawals of every single dollar in your account. If you are over 59 and a half and you've had any Roth IRA for more than 5 years, then all withdrawals from any of your Roth IRAs will be tax and penalty free for life. If over 59 and a half but have not had a Roth IRA for 5 years yet, you can still take out any of your converted amount tax and penalty free at any time. If you're younger than 59 and a half, other rules apply. Something else to keep in mind is that unlike Roth IRA contributions, there are no restrictions on who can make Roth IRA conversions. You can't be too old, you can't be too young, you can be working or you can be retired. There's no minimum amount of income you need or a maximum amount of income you can earn. I think you see what I mean. If you want to convert your IRA to a Roth IRA, there's nothing in the tax rules that will stop you from doing so. The potential tax-free nature of the Roth IRA may also provide you with additional benefits, such as a hedge against tax rates rising in the future. When it comes to your retirement, there are a lot of unknowns already. What will the market do? What will inflation be like? What will your tax rate be? And so on. That last one, taxes, is a major concern for many retirees and one we've already talked a little bit about. A Roth IRA conversion can help manage that risk by paying taxes at today's known rates. We would be dealing in known variables. If tax rates rise in the future, tax-free distributions from Roth IRAs will be even more valuable. Of course, if you think your tax rate will be lower in retirement, then that would be an indication that maybe this strategy is not right for you. Also, since Roth IRA distributions in retirement are generally tax-free, they typically don't impact the other things tied to your income that we have right here, like Social Security benefits and Medicare Part B premiums. Another big benefit of the Roth IRA, and one that many retirees find attractive, is that Roth IRAs have absolutely no required minimum distributions during your lifetime. RMD, or required minimum distribution calculations, are not an issue if you have a Roth IRA. During your lifetime, you can take as much or as little as you want. You're not forced to take anything at 72 if you don't want to. That means your Roth IRA can continue to grow and compound tax-free for your heirs, which also makes it a very intriguing vehicle from an estate planning standpoint. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act eliminates the recharacterization option for conversions made in 2018 and later. If you convert your Roth IRA now or in the future, it's important to know that you are stuck with that decision. So with that in mind, it's very important that you are sure you want to convert your Roth IRA before doing so. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself before converting. Do you have a rough idea of the conversion's impact on your tax bill? Do you have a plan to pay the resulting taxes? Do you have a reasonable expectation that the benefits of prepaying your taxes like this make sense in your overall plan? The answer to all of these questions should be yes. Here's a savvy conversion strategy that might be helpful for you called filling up the bucket. Remember those tax brackets we looked at earlier? Well, sometimes you can find yourself in the middle of one of them with room to add more income without pushing yourself into one of the higher tax brackets. For example, in 2020, the 22% tax bracket for married couples filing a joint return goes from about $80,000 to about $171,000. Suppose then that you file a joint return and your taxable income is only $100,000. That means you could add another $71,000 of income without going into the next bracket, meaning a Roth IRA conversion of that remaining amount could make sense for you. If you plan to convert a sizable portion of your IRA, this approach is often more tax efficient than converting the full amount at one time. Instead, you can make smaller Roth IRA conversions over a number of years, filling up your bucket each time. This can help reduce the average tax rate you'll pay on your converted money and also spreads the tax bill out over a longer period of time. Roth IRA conversions can be especially useful if you have a low income year. For example, are you a business owner with unusually low sales? Are you currently laid off? Are you paying high, non-recurring medical bills? Or maybe you're retired but not yet receiving Social Security benefits, pensions, or IRA distributions? These are questions to ask to see if a Roth conversion is a good move for you. Of course, these strategies aren't for everyone, as you can see here, and there's no guarantee that a Roth conversion will achieve the intended results. Roth IRA conversions, like IRA withdrawals, have other costs you must be aware of beyond just adding to your current year income. They can also cause you in the current year to be phased out of itemized deductions, personal exemptions, and various tax credits. They can increase your exposure in the current year to the 3.8% surtax on investment income. You might have to include more of your Social Security benefits and income, and your Medicare Part B premiums can increase in the current tax year. If you want to try and avoid these issues, then you need a plan. Remember, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. We have 4 wealth advisors on our team who would be happy to help you figure out if a Roth IRA conversion is a good idea for you. This is one of the many ways we help trailblazers find their way to wealth and wellness. Thank you so much for joining us today. I invite you to connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter to receive market updates and explore new financial strategies as you continue to plan for your future.